Hey guys, it's Jenny, and in this video I'm going to be recording the Maryland Junior All-State Bass Clarinet Slow Etude for 2018-2019. It's from the Advanced Rubank Book for Clarinet. It's on page 69 and it's number 2. So I'm going to go ahead and play it, and then I'll give you some tips afterwards on how to practice it. The first thing I want to state though is I think the tempo that's given is a little quick. So I'm going to double check it. It is what's written and it's what I'm going to play it at, but I think you would be okay playing a little slower. I'll explain that afterwards. So this is 116, okay? And there we have it. So let me first explain why I think it's a little fast. It is marked 116 to the quarter note. That's what I played it at, and that's what we should aim for. I would be interested, it's by Schumann, and it's not originally for bass clarinet, guys. So I'd be interested to go and find the original piece and see if that's Schumann's marking, or if this was an edited marking. The reason why I think it sounds fast is it's marked moderato semplice, and moderato means medium, moderate speed, and semplice means simple. So we're supposed to have this just sort of idyllic, out in the woods feeling about the piece. I think 116 makes it feel rushed no matter how smooth and connected you play it. I think 116 is rather rushed. I think, I'm going to check here on my metronome, I think it would be fine around 100. Let's hear that. I think that would be fine, but that's my personal opinion. That's not what they're asking. So if I was a judge and it was a little slower than 116, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but I think we should shoot towards it. So the first thing I want to say when we're looking at this piece is that there are way too many breath marks. Now, some of us may need it, especially if we haven't been playing bass clarinet that long, or we are on the shorter side, meaning our lungs aren't completely grown yet. We might need to take breaths every 2 measures. If you don't have to, don't do it. Try to make it 4 measures. It's sort of nice in this piece, at the end of every 4th measure, or most 4th measures, there's a rest where we can take a breath. So if you can make it 4 measures, please do. This also helps with, if we're breathing every 2 measures, look at the first note of the 3rd measure, a high G. I don't like coming in on high G. I would much rather slur into it, play it in a phrase, but having to start on a high G, there we go. It's terrifying, right? So if we are not taking a breath, the likelihood of you playing that high G and having it come out correctly, I think will go up, okay? We're still gonna tongue it, but I wouldn't suggest breathing there, all right? So this is the 2nd measure. And then it's less of an issue. Now, you still need tons of air. The bass clarinet takes tons of air. If this is one of your first times playing it and auditioning, it takes lots of air. If you need to play this piece at mezzo piano or even mezzo forte to have all the notes come out and to keep your air nice and fast, I would do it. Okay? It's better to play it a little louder but have all the notes there than to play it really soft and lose the notes. Okay? So the next thing I want us to talk about is look at the last measure of the second line. Last measure of the second line and the next two measures, we have these things on the first beat of every measure. They do not want you to go though that's what's written. I think it's poorly edited. So, in my opinion, they just want some extra emphasis on the note. So I want you guys to think of it more as a tenuto mark. So you're bringing out that first note and then coming away for the next two notes, but it's not crescendo, decrescendo within one beat, okay? So, okay, and you're building up measure by measure as well. Those three measures with these is also one big crescendo, okay? Now, when we get to, look at the third line, third measure. We have the eighth notes, da 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 dee dum. I played it two ways because it comes back on the last line, okay? The first way is what was written, which is taking a breath after the eighth note D, which sounds like this. To me, that cuts the phrase in a really weird place. I think that that eighth note D belongs to the next phrase. It's a pickup into our beginning melody. Da dee da da dum. But what is written is the breath mark after the D. For my personal students, I am probably going to have them breathe before the D, which would sound like this. Now, whatever you do, breathe before the D or breathe after the D, just be committed to it and it will sound correct. You wouldn't be wrong if you did the breath after the D. That's what is written. I think it cuts the phrase weird. Maybe ask your band teachers what they think, okay? Or your own private teachers. The other thing is that I put a little slow down there, okay? Da-dee-da. I lost my note here. Ba-da-da-dee-dum, da-dee. So put a little squiggle over those notes to slow down. The same thing when it comes back to the first measure of the fifth line. And luckily this piece repeats a lot. So once you get something, we do it again. And we even do the main melody 3 times, right? Ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, maybe twice. Da-da-da-da. No, 3 times. I was right. Sorry. And the last thing is the last 2 bars. We have a ritardando. It's marked to start on the quarter notes. Do 20% of the rit, that measure with the quarter notes, and most of it the last measure, or you'll feel like you're slowing down forever. These are the last 2 measures. It's too much, okay? So we need most of the rit on the 8th notes in the last measure, okay? Let me know if you have any questions, and happy practicing!